Namaste, Angel. This is weekly reading. I recorded this reading twice, or a reading twice last night because I really had been moved to do it last night, which was June 30th, the day that Neptune went retrograde in Pisces, which it rules. Um, Twice it didn't really work. I mean, I got two complete readings out of it, but the camera stopped so many times, or I had to stop it because I saw something in front of the screen that you probably couldn't see, but it was blocking me, and I couldn't show you the cards, and I couldn't see myself, and it was a mess. So I just now decided to do it again. Um, Hopefully the third time's a charm. Let's see what we get. I have two decks here. One is the Universal Tarot and one is the Master Tarot. And they're both Rider-Waite style decks. With one, we're beginning with the Lovers on the bottom of the deck in reverse. And with the other, we're beginning with the Knight of Cups upright on the bottom of the deck. The Lovers in reverse, if it's actually about a romantic situation, can mean that you're feeling sort of ambivalent or contradictory, um, torn about a relationship, and maybe about whether or not to reach out and communicate with a partner or intended partner that may also be an ex of yours that you're watching and that you're watching, or if you're the you may be the watchee, the person that's being watched. The Page of Swords is also an indication that somebody is, they call it a spying card, perhaps watching you like online and stuff. Can also be representative of an air sign, of course, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Hermit, the Lovers, is also representative of the energy of Gemini, by the way. The Hermit represents the sign of Virgo, and you see him here with his lantern. And if you look really closely, you can see that what's inside the lantern, lighting it up, is the star that represents the sign of Aquarius. And he's using that star to illuminate things so that he can, again, look in on you. So he may have withdrawn his energy, pulled back, and I'm saying he, but it could be a female too. He may have withdrawn his energy, but he's still checking in on you or looking in on you, or at least trying to. Um, then we have the sun upright, so which is interesting because the sun is a positive outcome. It's clarity. It's it is communication that, or at least like downloads. It's some sort of clarity. Something is illuminated, a light is shown on something, and you become better informed as a result of it. So you will be able to decide, if this person does reach out to you, whether or not to allow them back into your space, into your energy. Um, because again, you are feeling torn. Something, may have happened between the two of you. Here we go again with this stuff. Sorry about that. So, I was talking about the Lovers. So the Lovers, well, at least that we've brightened up a bit here with whatever else went on. The Lovers in reverse, even though it's in reverse, it can still be a really powerful omen for love. Um, it's like the energy is like slightly weakened. So what may have occurred in a relationship or connection, um, may not be as strong, but something that's still positive energy surrounding this connection. And I think the fact that the other cards are upright, the Page of Swords is upright, the Eight of Wands is upright, the Hermit's upright, the Sun is upright, that there is a lot of positive energy surrounding this connection. Although obviously something has gone like awry if you're torn about the relationship and everything is so good, like something is not right, obviously. If this has to do with work as opposed to love, you could be finding yourself really, really attracted to somebody with whom you work. And I'm mentioning that because one of the readings that I did yesterday, that came out heavy. It was the Lovers upright and the Devil in reverse in the position of work and finance. And so I was like, ooh, somebody really has the hots for somebody they work with. So then with the other deck, we're beginning with the Knight of Cups, which is, knights are about action for me. So it's some sort of offer or action that may have something, emotional connotation, something having to do with emotion or love. Maybe someone wants to take you out on a date, wants to enter into a commitment with you. They could be viewing you as an empress, with the empress right behind this Knight of Cups. So, looking up toward you as you are this sort of goddess that's maybe out of reach. Again, male, female doesn't matter. But she's a it's a woman presenting on the card, so I'm calling her she, but whatever. Um, so, and I'm saying goddess, right? The feminine version of God. But um, that may be what the problem is. The fact that you think this woman is out of reach, she's sort of larger than you, higher than you, um, maybe more successful than you, more worldly. She's lived more experienced than you. And so that may be why you're feeling torn about a connection between the two of you. Like, what do I really have to give this woman? What can I really do for this woman or teach this woman? Um, to that, I'd say you'd be surprised. If you feel it in your heart and soul to do, you should try because, um, you know, I've learned some really amazing things that I'll never forget from, and I'm very well educated in terms of book wise, right? I have 2 degrees in accounting and my biology, um, but I don't know anything about, like construction and welding and being a man and raising boys and all that. And I've learned those things from men that I've had in my life, um, very valuable lessons that so they may feel or may have felt, and I'm not words in their mouth or speaking for them, but they may have felt, oh, I'm not as smart as her, oh, I'm not as good a communicator as her, I'm not as educated as her, or whatever. um it really doesn't matter, you know um if it's within you, right? If it's within you to put out there and to share with somebody, like there's almost, I really can't think of anybody that we can't learn something from. Like, even like, I've been amazed sometimes talking to like unhoused people, homeless people, whatever, we call them different things. I call them unhoused people. But I've had conversations with them. My mother and I used to feed them in City Hall. We'd cook like a bunch of chickens and stuff, go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of food and cook it, and then bring it in shopping carts to City Hall Park, where there'd be a lot of unhoused people. And we get to talking to some of these people, and it was like there were professors outside, they just had lost their housing security. But really brilliant, brilliant people. So don't be presumptive that you can't learn something from somebody, that you can't teach somebody from something, just because they appear that they may be on high as compared to you. In any case, now that I have sort of shuffled a bit, we now have the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck, also upright. So this can also be about some clarity. It looks like somebody who had been in hangman position is now, um, you know, they're no longer upside down. So the cards reversed, they're upright, and they may have a new perspective. That could be what this is representing. They may have some new clarity on a situation. Let's get 3 cards from here for card most directly representing us this week. There's one. It is the Queen of Pentacles. Surrounding energy. There's one. It's the Five of Cups. And work and finance. It's the Sun again. And we now have on the bottom of the deck the Empress. I'm picking up the other deck now. And we get 3 from this. So we're looking for love and relationship now. Love and relationship. Hmm. Love and relationship. There we go. Or maybe there's a bunch of options. Maybe that's why somebody's torn. Bottom of the deck, we now have the Seven of Cups. We got the Ace of Pentacles that fell out for love and relationship. Physical health. Physical health. Very nice. This same card came out yesterday. So in the reading that I recorded last night, the second one. for physical health. It's the Star with the Fool on the bottom of the deck. We might be trying something new, maybe a new exercise regimen, a new diet. Um, just feeling like you have a new lease on life. Somebody may have gotten plastic surgery. I don't know where that's coming from, but I just got that. And so you got like a new body, or a new face or something, and I'm ready to show it off. Lastly, spiritual health. Two came out. Hmm. Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Swords, like some upright. And somebody wants to start something new and different, but they're not new and different. They're bringing the same old whack ass energy. There goes the phone, starting to blow up. I'm gonna pull another one for that. Placements. Spiritual. It's the Hermit. He is very spiritual. And we end up with the King of Swords upright at the bottom of the deck. So King of Swords on one and the Empress on another. All right, sorry about that. Hopefully we won't have that happen again. Um, let's get started. So we have the Queen of Pentacles in our position of the primary, the card that most directly represents our energy this week, in terms of the collective. So the Queen of Pentacles is a really, really awesome card for us to have here, because it means that we're going to be like working on us, or our belongings, like putting our energy, our time, our money, even perhaps into our home, and making it more comfortable, or making some other space more comfortable for ourselves. Maybe it's your office, making it more homely, and um or if you're moving in with somebody, you're staying with your man or your girlfriend, or whatever, you make a space for yourself, um that's your cozy corner, or you make a space, you make the overall space more comfortable for the two of you, or how many of you there is, if you're poly or whatever. It's just really about you know um making some place feel like home. So it's a really, really positive card. That's the general meaning. If it has to do with work, it's a positive card there. Finances as well, things should be flowing well. If you're in a position where you're needing assistance from somebody, there could be somebody at your office who, is like a kind, um, very likely female or feminine energy, who is able to give you some good advice or guidance in terms of the job or support, or if you're looking for a job, maybe even to help you to find one. If this has to do with romantic relationships or your love life, especially for those who are single, the Queen of Pentacles is one of these that's towards the end of the queen cycle, right? Some people say the final queen is the Queen of Pentacles. Some people say the final queen is the Queen of Swords before the Empress. The two of them combined make the Empress, in my opinion, because, right, the Empress represents the planet Venus. Venus is the ruler of Libra, Gemini, and Taurus. So she's swords and she's air, earth rather. Um, so anyway, um, this queen's been through some stuff, right? And she's a homemaker, she's a mother, she knows how to take care of her mate, and dote on them. And again, she knows how to keep a house, keep a home. Um, there goes my phone again. So if you are single, and you could be like nesting, and you may not even be doing it consciously. It could be like subconsciously nesting, like preparing a space for this mate that is later to come. It can also be about what's the word, can't think of what I wanted to say, but basically, just to make it more simple and stop racking my brain, it's a really feminine energy, the Queen of Pentacles, and it's this sort of um like, you come to me, I don't chase. There goes the phone. You find me, I don't chase kind of energy. It's very, very feminine. I'm here, when you're ready, to come at me appropriate. Um, like I said, she's either the card before the Empress, or there's only one card between her and the Empress. So she's pretty high up there, and she doesn't take a lot of crap and stuff. You got to come to her correctly, and she's not going to run you down. You know, for you to show her some attention, and she doesn't need you. This is the kind of person, again, depicted as a woman here, but not necessarily a woman in real life or in your personal life. But this is the kind of person who, if they're interested in you, it's because they want you. You know, they want you. They don't need you in terms of their ability to take care of themselves. This is a self-sufficient person. They may need you in other ways, like emotionally, even physically, for a little, you know. But they don't need you in terms of being able to care for themselves. This person is self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent, and a very, 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 very good homemaker. So good at what they do, good at the way they nurture themselves and other people. So they don't need you for that, but they'd like you to, you know, come at them correctly, and create something real with them. So moving on to the Five of Cups, I mean, this may be why somebody in our surrounding energy is sort of down, and feeling sort of down and out. I don't know if you guys can hear my phone every time it goes off, but if you can, I apologize. Um, this card is basically about focus. Where are you going to put your energy? Are you going to put your energy into what hasn't worked, the spilled milk, or are you going to focus on the milk you still have and what is working or has the potential to still work? What options you still have? What, choices you can still make? What actions you can still take? And that would be whatever's in these two cups that are behind this person. This person could be in regret, if it has anything to do with the cards with which we started, like the Lovers and the Knight of Cups, and now here the Queen of Pentacles. This could be a person in our surrounding energy who's feeling sort of like they missed an opportunity with us. They didn't come at us correctly. Maybe they didn't come at us at all when there was a chance for them to. And so now it's like, oh, now what do I do? And they're just focused on, the missed opportunity and what didn't work, and not realizing that you're still there as the Queen of Pentacles, saying, I'm still around. I'm still, my door's still open, but you got to come through it correctly. That's all, you know. Um, so that could very much be what that's about. Otherwise, there could be somebody or something going on in our surrounding energy where something hasn't worked out, for someone. I don't think that someone is us. So it would be somebody, that maybe is a seventh house type relationship for us. So BFF, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, love interest, parent, child, that sort of thing. But it's not us directly. We may be indirectly impacted because this other person's thing didn't work out. So we may have to be an emotional support for them, or financial support for them, or, all the above, but it's not happening to us. And I say it's not happening to us because, again, for us, our cards are the Queen of Pentacles, the Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, the Star, and the Hermit. So we're doing pretty well this week, particularly now that I can segue into the Sun. So I wasn't sure if the Sun was supposed to be upright or in reverse. The way that it fell, it was kind of like sideways, and I put it upright. But good thing for us, and about the Sun, is that it pretty much means the same thing, whether it's upright or in reverse. So in terms of, work and employment, again, if you're seeking employment, if you've been out there looking for a job, there's a great likelihood that something's like right around the corner for you. And it might even be something like better than what you had expected or what you had been seeking. So let's say you went into McDonald's and you say, I want to be, the fry guy. And they say, okay, you're hired, but not the fry guy. You're going to be the manager or something like that, Um, so it could just be better, something better than what you'd even, gone out for or tried to accomplish. when it comes to money in general, money should be flowing. There should be increase. There should be, abundance coming toward you. That doesn't mean that you spend it all. So again, I'm going to remind you that you're the Queen of Pentacles this week, and you may be wanting to spend, particularly on your home and your comfortability. And that's all good as well, as long as you don't create some sort of insurmountable debt for yourself, because that's not helpful. Um, so, like, make sure you're still doing that saving for a rainy day with this energy of the sun. Um, Now, the only difference, oh, no, one more thing. Also, in terms of money, if you've been waiting on a decision about some sort of money, maybe it's credit or, um, I don't know, something legal where you're supposed to get some money out or something. Um, been waiting on a response, or somebody else is responsible to make a decision that you need to hear from them first, it's in your favor with, if the card was meant to be in reverse, you may have to fill out some more paperwork first. They may ask you some more questions or something, but it's still very, very likely to be in your favor with the sun. With it upright, if it was meant to be upright, again, the decision in your favor, and you won't have to wait much longer. Um, it's like a done deal and in your favor. So that brings us to love and relationship. There goes my phone. So Ace of Pentacles in love. And now something's popping up on my screen. Uh, um, Ace of Pentacles in love is a really good card, really positive card, and good omen. So if you are already in an existing relationship, maybe even an existing connection, even if you're in separation, because the sun sitting next to the Ace of Pentacles is making me think about that. Sometimes the sun can be about a break, so like a couple on a break or something. Um, and then with the disappointment, with the sun sitting next to, there's the phone again, sun sitting next to, I can't make this up, the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups rather, and the disappointment. Maybe there's some sadness and regret about the break, or about the fact that you haven't been on the best of terms. So if that's the case, the Ace of Pentacles is about a reconnecting, just coming back together. What the hell? And this is my daughter. All right, so with the Ace of Pentacles, we can also be talking about a power couple, that comes together, or that strengthens, or that's formed. It is a new energy, right? The Ace of Pentacles, or any ace, is a new start. So this could be the beginnings of some sort of power couple coming together, or some other, just an extremely abundant match with the Pentacle being the card that's representing the love life, as opposed to the Ace of Cups or something. Um, if you're single and looking, like completely single and looking, it's also a good time for you. Uh, what is going on? Anything that could interrupt me is happening. Excuse me, I apologize. Um, it's a good time for you too, and I mean the Queen of Pentacles also says that. So get out there. Like, you have to make yourself available. Again, you're not going to be chasing anybody down, but you got to make yourself accessible. Like, so be outside, I guess, or somewhere where you can meet somebody. You're not likely to meet somebody at your house, although it's possible. Maybe the UPS guy comes and rings the bell, and you guys look into each other's eyes, and it's like, love at first sight or something. That could happen, but it's not as likely as it meeting somebody if you're outside being social. So let's move on to physical health. And physical health, again, we have the star. The star is another one of these cards that, if you're waiting for some sort of information, a decision, test results, or something, very likely to be in your favor. You could be starting something new here too. Maybe some sort of new diet, new exercise regimen. Just, you have in your head a dream for yourself, how you want to be, how you want your body to be, how you want your health to be, and you're going after that, right? You're fulfilling that goal. So if it's what I want to weigh this, or I want to build muscle, or I want to, get rid of meat, I want to add meat into my diet, I want to become a pescatarian, that's my goal, that's my dream, that's my focus. that is what you're going to be doing, and things are going to be working out, right? You're going to have the discipline and all that you need this week, with the star to get that going and get that started. So very good. Last but not least, we have the Hermit in the position of spiritual health. And the Hermit is a very, very spiritual card, similar to Hierophant, the High Priestess. These are very spiritual cards. Represents the sign of Virgo. We have a lot of Earth here, now that I'm paying attention. The Queen of Pentacles, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, which is specifically Virgo. The Empress, which is specifically Taurus in terms of Earth. We have a lot of air as well, because we had the Lovers, that's Gemini. We have the King of Swords at the bottom of this deck, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Star, which is also Aquarius. And then a little fire, a little fire. So what we don't have much of today is water. We have the Five of Cups, but no court cards or major arcana. With the sun represents, there's a lot of masculine energy too, because the sun is very masculine. It's Jupiter, the daddy of all planets. So we have the Sagittarius energy coming through in particular, as well as that of Leo, because the actual sun, Earth's star, the sun, rules the sign of Leo. So for me, in the tarot, the sun is also Leo. Um, so Aries is missing, Aries is absent, and the water signs are pretty much absent. For now, at least. So anyway, getting back to this hermit. And what's really cute right now is that, again, the hermit has the star in his lantern. And here in the spread, the hermit is sitting right next to the star. So I'm getting another message from this that is having to do with love and relationship. And, the hermit not only viewing you as the empress, but as like this star. You may be somebody that's in like a spotlight. Maybe that's why they feel like they don't necessarily measure up to you, or, can't do anything for you, or you guys are not on the same, you know, vibe, you don't necessarily align, because they may see you as like this, you're their star. Um, Now I'm getting umbrella, because Rihanna says something about you'll still be my star. Oh, I may be in magazines, so I may be the one that's famous. I'm in magazines, I'm in the newspaper, I'm on your TV selling my Fenty stuff, but you'll still be my star. So that may mean something to somebody as well. He's really paying a close look, paying close attention to you, even if you don't realize it. And it's probably online, because the energy of Aquarius, or the star, also, Aquarius rules tech. So online dating, computer stuff, these apps and texting and all that kind of stuff is ruled by Aquarius. That's one of the reasons why when we talk about the age of Aquarius and all the new things that are going to be happening and changes that are going to be happening, it's going to be more of a tech age. And we see we're entering this time of AI, right? And what's real, what's fake, it's hard to tell. That's all Aquarius. I don't want to go off on a tangent, although I very easily could, and teach you guys some other stuff. Speaking of teaching you guys some other stuff, I was talking about being able to learn from somebody earlier, or being able to teach somebody earlier when you're in a relationship, even if you don't feel that you necessarily align. You shouldn't prejudge yourself or the other person. Give the relationship a chance if you feel it in your heart, your soul to go after, because now I'm reinforcing that the hermit in the position of spirituality also means that you're likely to meet like a mentor or something, somebody from whom you can learn, or somebody that you can teach something to. If they're not a mentor, you're going to be the mentor. And, somebody's going to sort of come under your wing in the near future that you're going to have to show something. It also can mean that you're going to be not necessarily overwhelmed, but you're going to have this guidance, this feeling that you need to withdraw perhaps from the rest of the normal world, and maybe go into isolation even, or be around other people, other spiritual people, other people of like minds, like vibrations, or a vibration higher than your own or similar to your own, again, from whom you can learn something, or who you can teach something. And if you get that, you should honor that urge, you know, to pull away or to be with your own kind, you know. Um, yeah, honor and respect it. Let's see if there's anything else in, you know, just overall, not necessarily having to do with spiritual, that we need to know this week from this day. Anything else? Any more messages? Yeah, we got one, we got two. This is cute. We have another sun at the bottom of the deck now. We have the Ten of Cups that flew out here, and what fell? And the card that fell is the Hierophant. So somebody could very easily be getting into a relationship this week, entering a relationship and some sort of commitment, meeting somebody with whom you could, you know, make a family, build a family, have some babies, or maybe merge families, blend families. Again, this could be you sort of nesting as the Queen of Pentacles, preparing a space, not even knowing you're about to meet somebody or you're about to enter a next stage of a relationship where, um, you know, you're coming together in a new way, a stronger way, a deepening of your relationship, of your connection. Let's go for one more. I'll just three from each. So we got Ten of Cups, Hierophant, Sun on the bottom of the deck, Tower in reverse. So this could be very, very surprising. Again, like I said, you could all of a sudden end up in a relationship. I said that somewhere earlier in the reading. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I can tell you that it's happened for me. You know, before I left my house in the daytime single, met a man that day, and you know, by the time I got home, I was, you know, dealing with him exclusively. So it happens. We were doing so good that even the times I had to stop, at least the camera didn't stop completely, but just now it did when I was talking about the tower. I'm going to just clarify this tower. It is in reverse, um, and it is connected to positive cards. Again, the Sun, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Cups. So I think it's an unexpected, um, you know, union, deepening of a connection or relationship, or next level of a commitment. And it may come from somebody who previously betrayed you. Maybe that's why they're disappointed or sad, or they're feeling like, what options do I have? What chance do I have? And they're looking down at the Three of Cups, right, in the position of surrounding energy, because they figure, I blew it with this person before. That could be it. And again, they may be an earth sign, and it may be somebody you've been dealing with for a long time, and they're taking forever to come around. And so that's why it's going to be such a shock if they show up and say, I'm ready, or, you know, I want to go to the next level, or something like that. In terms of something that doesn't have to do with relationship, it could be some other sort of contractual agreement that maybe brings some sort of benefit to your family, if it has maybe has something to do with money. And you know, that's the way that the Knight of Pentacles is tying in. It's going to have the Ten of Cups. That's family, that's joy, that's happiness. We have the Hierophant. It doesn't necessarily have to be love and relationship commitment. It can be some other contract, or um something spiritual. But I think would have to do with a family or with your overall joy. And then something sudden does happen to impact that, and it may have to do with the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe suddenly somebody gets a job in the family. Suddenly the household's income changes. You hit the lottery or something. I did just see the Wheel of Fortune while I was going through the cards. Oh, it's here behind the Ten of Swords, upright. This is more Jupiter, right? Jupiter, Sagittarius, as well as the fixed signs, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and who did I leave out? Aquarius. Aquarius. All that talking I did about Aquarius, I almost forgot them. All right, let's see. 3 cards from this deck. Now, anything else we need to know about this week? Whoops. Okay. Anything else we need to know? Hmm. Okay. It's getting interesting. It's getting very interesting. So, I have a couple cards that popped out. They look like they're in reverse. Let's see. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. Another Hierophant, this time in reverse. And the World upright. So I think that also for some of us, what has happened is some sort of party of three, whether it was a relationship where there's a side dude or side chick or whatever, or there's some other third energy that was involved. I think that has come to an end. A strong commitment, possibly even a marriage, may have been involved. But we've decided we're no longer going to work on this. It's not working, and we're going to let it go. The universe is helping us to close out that cycle. And so that may be also part of this tower, because it might be unexpected if the two stories are joined, the two, situations are joined for any of us. It could be unexpected for you that this other relationship has ended and this person is now here to say, I'd like to have a relationship with you. I'm single. All right. Again, may involve an earth sign. So I ended up with two sort of piles in my hand. And normally when that happens, I'll put the bigger pile on the bottom of the deck and just go with that. But they look kind of equal. Here's one. And the person that's on it is the King of Pentacles in reverse. So we have the Queen of Pentacles that most directly represents us this week. And then here we have this King who is turned upside down. So he may very well be the person who had a party of three and who is disappointed and who will shock us with the tower. Now, with the other half, as a matter of fact, that is the bigger half of the deck. This isn't much. With the other half, the way I put it down, I just messed it up. But the way I had laid the cards down, the Knight of Pentacles from this deck was poking out. I don't even know where he is now. Where'd you go, Knight of Pentacles? Oh, he's right here at the top. So the way that and he was also in reverse. Knight of Pentacles. So remember we had the Knight of Pentacles just come out and the Hierophant. So two of the same cards from each deck came out when I said any additional information. Only this time they're in reverse. Um, but what's on top of the Knight of Pentacles is this. It's the Devil in reverse. So somebody, again, has become unchained from a situation, and it may be very, very unexpectedly. And that may allow them to come to you. Now, they're still coming to you as the Knight of Pentacles, not the King. Remember, the King is in reverse. So it still may take some time before you get to where you want to be with this person, or they get to where they want to be with you, um, which I think is like a happy family type of situation, perhaps even marriage with you. But since they're coming as the Knight, it may take some time to get to that, but they're at least showing up and saying something, and it's going to shock the shit out of you. Well, maybe not shock the shit out of you. If it was upright, it really shock the shit out of you. It's in reverse, so the energy is lessened, but it's going to be unexpected. All right. And that's what I have for you this week. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate it. And got my two. Oh, so when we were talking about the Ten of Swords, I laid it down by itself. I didn't put it with the deck, so it was just a card here by itself. So as I was talking to you just now about liking and sharing and commenting, I went to put it away with the deck, and for whatever reason, I picked up just these few cards, and look who's underneath them: the King of Pentacles. This time he's upright, and behind him, also upright, is the other Empress from the other deck. So when we had one Empress at the bottom of the deck, and now this is the other. And behind the two of them together, upright, is the Nine of Cups. So some sort of wish fulfillment. Um, Probably that they found each other, or they were able to fix it and work something out. So she's an Empress. He's a king. It's still not necessarily equal. He's not the emperor, but it looks good. So for some of us, something is still kind of off. And so the King of Pentacles is reversed. He may need sometimes the King of Pentacles in reverse can mean like um person might be having some kind of difficulty in their job, may not have anything to do with you. They just feel very stressed out. Sometimes it can mean that they need like encouragement, support. They're not feeling as kingly as they should or as they are, and they may need some sort of support from somebody. That can be those can be meanings of the King of Pentacles in reverse. This one may just be going through it again. A relationship may have ended for him, possibly even a marriage. We have Justice behind him, upright. We have the Five of Wands in reverse behind him. So there had been some fighting that's finally coming to an end. And behind that Five of Wands, we have the Empress. This could be his wife, or ex-wife now. Um, so I was saying, this is what I have for you. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it, and I will be back by or for the third, because we got more Earth energy coming at us. We have the full moon in Capricorn, so I'll be back to do a reading on that. Um, Also, I'm sorry I didn't go into more what it means for Mercury to have entered Cancer, because I think that may be where the beginning energy that we started with, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, that may have been about Mercury. I didn't even talk about it. And I didn't talk about Pisces and Neptune either, even though we did have the Hangman. Oh, so I said there was no water. I lied. There was water. It was the Hangman, represents the energy of Pisces. All right, see you guys again soon. Namaste.